am going to start off by saying, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I just watched the full interview that SABC did. So thank you to SABC for the exclusive with Dr. MBUYISENI NDLOZI. And let me tell you something. Okay, I watched it because I was expecting tea. Okay, there was no tea served. Okay, there was absolutely no tea served. Listen, when you listen to the following clips, which stood out to me, but in all honesty, the entire interview was gold. He literally, his body language, the way he carried himself, I was left in total admiration of this man. Okay, I will admit, Dr. MBUYISENI NDLOZI for me is highly entertaining, or should I say was highly entertaining over there at the parliament. Okay, he was highly entertaining. You just knew anytime he stood up, okay, that it was just going to be hilarious. You just knew you were going to be thoroughly entertained, but he changed, okay? He said, you know what? This is a sit-down interview. I'm not in red anymore. I have left the EFF, okay? And he says, all I have for my brothers and sisters in the EFF is love, okay? This man did not flinch, did not stutter, and oh my goodness, the way he spoke even of EFF, Julius Malema, Floyd Shivambu, MK Party, Jacob Zuma, anyone he mentioned, you watch his body language in the following clips, you will notice he meant every single word. He meant every single word. He's not flip-flopping. He's not mincing his words. He's straight shooting, okay? Such maturity that was displayed by this man. If there's one thing I can walk away from this interview is to say maturity. It was very, very mature. He did not cast a single aspersion, not once. He didn't even leave any hints, clues. No, not at all. He speaks of his suspension and he calls it exactly what it is. He called everything a spade a spade. He speaks about how the EFF and the MK party were working together in an entanglement. Okay, the last time I heard, I think the creator of the word entanglement was when Will Smith was speaking about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, with, you know, the little boy she was entangled with. But now Floyd brings it up in this political sense and speaks about it, and then how he's suddenly thrown under. It's a lot, okay? Guningi, and I just wanted to give you this quick summary. I encourage you to watch this video to the end. Let me know, drop me a note in the comment section down below. What stood out for you? What stood out from you in this take back? My takeaway, I will say it at the end of this video, so stay tuned.
Where have you been?
Well, I couldn't attend the conference of the EFF, the NPA, because over a dispute over my suspension. I was suspended about 6 weeks before the conference, and the suspension was unconventional in that it didn't rely on the code of conduct of the EFF summoned by its constitution, but largely the suspension rested on 2 counts.
Yeah.
On the one hand, the leadership said that it's in possession of an intelligence report in which they claim that I'm part of the infiltration strategy by the MKP. I'm working with the MKP. I'm planning to go to join them. I'm waiting for some opportune moment. The second one largely rested on the fact that I knew about the then Deputy President Floyd Shivambu's departure,
Yep.
and I didn't tell the leadership. Of course, I was told to stay at home, cease my participation in Parliament and the rest of the activities of the EFF. And so it was very important for me because they said that the investigation is still ongoing, and when the investigation is finished,
Yeah.
I then would be given an opportunity to respond to these allegations. I think we can all agree these are dangerous and very serious allegations. At a later stage, the leadership argued that the report would only be ready after conference, and the matter has been referred to the leadership after the conference. It seemed fair for me to wait to clear my name in relation to these allegations so that I don't function with a dark cloud on my head or a gun on my face. As I said, we can all agree these are very serious allegations that one had betrayed the revolution, had been disloyal, and that indeed you are a double agent of some sort. Of course, I can state categorically now that I never planned to join the MKP. I still don't. I never worked with anybody in the MKP in relation to some conspiracy about my departure.
Yeah.
And I think that whatever information they say they have was based largely on lies. Secondly, I did know about the departure of Floyd Shivambu. He did come to tell me of his consideration. And indeed, I did tell him that, look, you would have to take the leadership into confidence. And he did. The idea that I should have ran behind his back and informed other people or the leadership suggests that I'm an informant, a gossiper, or a wedge driver. I am none of those. It was Floyd's decision. He had to communicate it. It was not my decision. It was his. He had to communicate it, and he did. Of black people. Because black people are people who are hated across the world and who are socialized to hate themselves. You couldn't engage in a politics of liberating them, which degenerates into forms of indignity, humiliation. And that's really all I have for my brothers and sisters in the EFF. Love.
Okay, let's get this one very right. Do you still remain the member of the EFF?
I have taken a decision to step away completely from party politics. I'm leaving party politics. I think I've made my contribution in that space. We don't live in a one-party state. We're not in the camps. We're not a band. Politics are a free activity in South Africa. And party politics are not the monopoly of making social contribution. I think after this episode, I've taken a decision to leave all of party politics and contribute in the first instance to the academy. In the second instance, I'm very, very passionate about the upliftment of levels of discourse in the country. But most importantly, I think the terrain of struggle that has been neglected over the years is the civil society space. That civil society space, I'm interested in it because it is where you are able to cultivate and agitate the notions of freedom, where liberation is about the people. The people liberate themselves. And community development, research, advocacy. You know, it's time somebody did for the people of this country what AFRIFORUM is doing for the Afrikaners. I think that is the civil society space that one is having a conversation and thinking about. I'm saying that party politics don't monopolize the contribution to social change. And I have taken a decision to step out. See, it's now a matter of public record that our leadership has been engaged with President Zuma as well as the MKP for a very long time, a long time ago. My count is that over the last 3 to 4 years. It is that tactic of entanglement which, in my view, was responsible for the heavy losses, as it were, that we saw the EFF sustain in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng, being overtaken in Mpumalanga, as well as in the National Assembly. Tactics of entanglement. We had already been entangled by the leadership itself. And this entanglement, in my view, which I think it was a miscalculated tactic of entanglement, should be understood for what is responsible for what rocked us, in relation to the departure of the then Deputy President and ultimately Butali. But it's a matter of public record whether they tried to seek his endorsement, cooperation during the elections. You would recall the leadership had on many occasions said, we are one with the MKP and all of that. I think it's really that. I would hope that it had nothing to do with this or that position in the organization, but seemingly the distrust that was invited, in my view, by the departure of the Deputy President, which I think it shouldn't have, because if you accept that you had already entangled us with the MKP, such an occurrence shouldn't have to rock us in the way that it did.
So, I just want to get you right. I don't want to second guess you. You're saying you're leaving party politics.
I'm leaving party politics.
And my question is very direct. Are you still a member of the EFF?
I have left the EFF. I have left party politics. EFF is a political party. I have handed over my resignation as a member. And it is because where I want to go and contribute, I can't hold a single party membership. But overall, I think that I've made my contribution. And I think that there are brilliant young men and women, old men and women as well, in the space that will continue in that category, as it were, of party politics. I think I'll contribute elsewhere in the remaining decades of my life. Campaign. But who would have thought one day I would have never bet anything? I would have anything. If there was anything, I would have bet against the idea that one day it would be Ramaphosa who says, you keep your America and I will keep my South Africa, to the most powerful men in the world, together with the most richest men in the world, in defense of nil compensation. Of course, from our circles as a radical left, it's not enough. The Expropriation Act doesn't go far enough. The white privilege and the racism that sustains their existence in South Africa. Of course, if they decided to leave to the US, we must all in unison say good riddance to anybody in the world who does not buy into the principles of justice, of equality, and above all, of transformation. This country has a responsibility to resolve inequalities, including those that stem from apartheid and colonization, and the land is at the center of it. Anybody who wants peace in South Africa needs to legally, to calmly deal with the land question. AFRIFORUM is not contributing to that. As a matter of fact, it's part of reactionary, counter-revolutionary forces who actually will celebrate at the destruction of South Africa's society.
If there's one takeaway that I take away from Dr. MBUYISENI NDLOZI's exclusive interview with the SABC, is that AFRIFORUM is a powerful force, okay? It's a powerful force. It got the richest man and the most powerful man to align and bring white South Africans straight immigration status to the United States of America. It's something that no other country has ever experienced before. And I want to emphasize white South Africans, okay? AFRIFORUM did that. So now the question becomes, I look forward to the power of what Dr. MBUYISENI NDLOZI will bring to the table, because he's now going to civil society politics, okay? Community affairs, community development. It's no longer one party state that he's looking for. He's no longer trying to appease the EFF or try to clear his name. No. It's now for the people. And listen, I will be watching that journey closely. I'm actually looking forward to it. This was just one interview, but he managed to convince me, okay? I am excited with this new side of Dr. NDLOZI. I want to hear from you, your thoughts, okay? I definitely shared what stood out to me. Let me know what stood out to you in the comment section down below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And you already know, if you're watching from outside the club, today is a good day, okay, to hit that subscription button, because, hello, there's a lot that is going to turn the tide, okay? Is Dr. MBUYISENI NDLOZI, is he playing the ball or is he playing the man? Let me know as well in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload.